今日はホルヘ先生とお話をしたいと思います。ホルヘ・パローディ先生です。ホルヘ先生はアメリカを中心に指揮者として活躍をされていらっしゃって、数々のオペラ団体で芸術監督を務められたりとか、それから皆さんもご存知かもしれない有名なジュリアード音楽院というところでもずっと先生をされている、指揮者としても指導者としても、そしてピアニストとしてもとても有名な先生です。今日は我々の一緒にやっているプログラムがちょっと10周年を迎えているということがありまして、このプログラムの名前なんですけれども、東京インターナショナルボーカルアーツアカデミーというふうに言いまして、世界中から歌手の卵、それから歌手の方たちは若い方たちから結構年いった方たちまで来るんですけれども、それとピアニストの方でオペラについて勉強したい方ですね、そういう方を招いてやっています。で、2週間のプログラムで、その2週間のプログラムの後にですね、卒業した人たちの中からは日本音楽コンクールのファイナリストであるとか、今イタリアやそれからアメリカや、世界中でですねデビューしたり、それから活躍したりしている人たちというものを出しているプログラムなんですね。で、私とホルヘ先生がそれを始めたんですけれども、彼がそれをやらないかと私に持ちかけてきた。Why you start this TIVA program?I
was coming to Japan regularly to work with Japanese singers and pianists, and I felt that they were enjoying working on the American way, which is working with the coach and the conductor to teach them and to specialize and improve on their musical skills, language skills, and musicality skills. But I thought that it will be even more helpful if we can bring several people from Europe and especially from the States to work for a long period, because that way the singers and the pianists can work regularly for 2 weeks and really improve greatly in not just 1 or 2 coachings a year, but for 2 weeks. So that in a way they have the same experience as they will have in a major school in New York or in a rehearsal process in an American company. So this idea of exposing Japanese singers and pianists to how we work and how we learn and how we study and how we prepare in Europe and in the States. So that's why we wanted to be here for 2 weeks, bring wonderful coaches and conductors and directors from abroad to work for a long period, so we can get used to that way of working.
The feeling of the way of working in the real world.
Exactly, on the outside world.
Yeah, that's great. So you are starting that program, and how does that program looks like right now? Because we already have not only Japanese but also the international students as well, artists as well.
One thing that we were able to achieve, and it's all thanks to you, of course, is that we were able to find support from the local communities to host artists from abroad, which make it very, very accessible for people to come to Japan and study here. So this year we have someone from Egypt, from China, from America, from Singapore. So obviously we all want to come to Japan because it's so beautiful and we enjoyed it so much. So in a way it's easy to sell the program abroad, but because we have the support of local communities that wants to also host foreign artists, then it makes it possible for them or easier for them to come and live with host families. And the idea is the same as other programs that happens in Europe and in the States. It's working regularly with faculty from the Met, from New England Conservatory, from CCM, from major conservatories and university and companies in the States. So they get this very, very high-level education right here in Japan.
Thank you. And another question is about the outcome of the program. I mean, we have many people who is successful. What is the secret, do you think?
Well, many of the Japanese singers that had met us were able to come to the States and study in major universities, in school. Even we were able to hire them in companies in the States. So that is a way to help them grow, because they have the opportunity to go easily to go abroad because they already know people there. And we can guide them in the process of applying to American universities, which is very important, because it's a little scary when you don't know what's there or how to do it. But we help them a bit in terms of, you should go to this place, you should go to that place, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to prepare. So that makes it a little scary because you have encouragement. But the important thing, I think, to make them successful is to encourage them to do the right thing, meaning guide them towards what they should be doing to succeed. Of course, succeed is very hard, and it's all about talent. We are lucky that we have a lot of applicants, so we can select the most successful and the most talented applicants. So once you have a very talented singer, it's easier to make them success, right? But it's also when you get someone from the Met that tells you, yeah, you're doing good, you're very talented, and you should do this, you feel comfortable, right? Oh, someone from Juilliard tells you, yes, that's exactly how we do it at Juilliard, and you're doing it, so you feel like, okay, so I should do it, right? So I think that's very
that's
encouraging.
Important. It's a kind of approval from others,
exactly.
And the authority, and also it's a direct connection and efficient connection to go to US.
Yes.
But how do you think the US education of the opera? What's the positioning of that amongst the world?
Right. So. To be honest, I only know the States and Argentina, because I worked in Europe and in Mexico and in Japan, obviously. But I know really well the education in the States, and the American education is very systematic and very organized. And there is a very clear knowledge of what the steps needs to be taken to succeed. And that I see, because I see many of my students then coming to work with me as a conductor in the companies that I direct. So I can see that they know what to do when they are working. So American education is very well organized in detecting what are the steps to do to know what to do. No one can guarantee success, but I can ensure you that if you do this, it will be more likely that it will work based on luck and success. Unfortunately, that and talent, that you cannot teach. You cannot teach talent, and you cannot teach luck. And there's always that. I've been lucky, but also when you have the education, you have the encouragement and the reassurance and the empowerment from the education to make you feel more confident, and hence your talent will be ready to show when you are lucky enough to be in the right place and the right time.
That's true. That's true. If you are ready, if the luck comes, you can get it. But if you are not,
then you feel insecure, and it will be harder.
So I see the U.S. education is one of the most progressive one, because I saw many English teachers, American U.S. teachers in all over the world, even in Italy. Do you think what element is the most important part that why the U.S. education is so spread in the world?
Because they they create a system to do all the languages and all the styles and all the form of music. That's why a lot of German coaches and Italian coaches and French coaches come to the States to learn how to do everything. Usually in Europe, they're very used to do their thing. The Italians do Italian, the Germans do German, but Americans do everything. They do also English and American, but they do Italian and everything. And the education in the States is very systematic and very encouraging, very empowering, and very open and friendly, like Americans are. And I think that make people understand all kind of music and be able to do all kind of repertoire and languages. And I think that's why it's so valuable everywhere in the world.
The one last question.
Yeah.
Why you like opera?
I always love drama. I always love storytelling. I always love poetry and music. And opera is all about that. It's all about drama. It's all about passion. It's all about beauty and storytelling. So I'm lucky enough that I'm an opera conductor. So I get to see the show and be part of the storytelling and help everyone do their best at creating emotion and make people be happy or sad or into it and enjoy a beautiful performance and enjoy beauty.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. 私たちは今度の週末にコンサートがございますので、よかったらいらしてくださいね。